What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Brighton League Cup preview here on Anfield Agenda. The Reds travel to the Amex on Wednesday night for a game that is going to surely force Arne Slot into a lot of changes to his starting 11. I'm going to go through, give you my starting 11 prediction, score prediction ahead of the game. As always, asking you guys to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, I'm going to be entirely honest with you. You're not going to like me after this video because there's changes and there's changes. And I've made wholesale changes, mainly because we have such a congested fixture run coming up before the next international break. We have been playing almost the same 11 week in and week out. So the manager has to look to some changes to come in here. The defence needs some rest. Midfield needs some rest. So I've put together what I think is a somewhat reasonable 11. Now, do I think Arne Slot is going to make this many changes? I truly don't know. I don't know what to expect in that regard. What I do know is the game's looking like it might come a little bit too soon for the likes of Diogo Jota. He's going to be out. Harvey Elliott's still a couple of weeks away, as per our chat with David Lynch yesterday. And it may be a possibility that we see Connor Bradley and Federico Chiesa play some part in the squad. I haven't put either in the starting 11, but if they are available and the manager wants to do that, brilliant. But you will notice as we go through the video that, as I mentioned, I have made plenty of changes. Now, that being said, let's have a look at our recent history against Brighton and, of course, their last 5 performances. So, in our last 3 games against them, we beat them 2-1 in Anfield in the Premier League. Then we drew 2-2 away at Brighton at the Amex. And in the FA Cup, we lost 2-1 to Brighton back in 22-23. Now, Brighton are in somewhat of a mixed run of form at the minute. 2-2 draw with Wolves in the Premier League. Then they beat Newcastle by 1-0, which is a very good result at St James's Park. Beat Spurs by 3-2 as well. Lost 4-2 in a bit of a shootout against Chelsea. And drew 2-2 with Nottingham Forest. And look, it takes a lot to get points off Forest this season, folks, right? We know that only too well. So, the next part of the video, what I'm going to do is go through now and give you my predicted 11 and finish up with a score prediction as well. As always, though, we do want to know your thoughts. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data, such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description. So at this point, I'm going to get stuck into it now and go into my predicted 11. Remember, this was one of the most difficult ones I've ever had to do because we've a load of players injured. I know we need to make changes in defence, but who are those changes going to be? So bear with me as I go through it now. We'll start off with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs, as I always do. So, after speaking with David, I have to admit I did make a change in the goalkeeping department. I was initially going to go with Queevy and Kelleher, but speaking with David Lynch yesterday, he seems to think Jaros may get the nod for this one. So, I put Jaros in goal, and then centre-back partnership of Nalo and Kwanzaa. It is slim pickings, and you tried to play this game at home yourself. If we just take for granted that we have to rest Canade, we have to rest Virgil van Dijk, well then our options are somewhat limited. We know Trent was carrying a niggle as well, so we have to keep that in mind. Robbo looks tired. So I have had to make one very brave call here, and that is young Nalo coming in at centre-back. So in the two full-back positions, now you'll see why I haven't put Gomez at centre-back. I've put Joe Gomez at right back and I've put Costas at left back, mainly because I couldn't think of anybody else to put at right back. Conor Bradley probably won't be fit enough to start. If he is, then that's problem sorted. You can move Joe Gomez in alongside Kwanzaa and put Nalo onto the bench. But if we have to believe that he isn't available, there isn't really anybody else to put at right back. You could shoehorn somebody in there. You could maybe put Endo at centre defence, but this is the safest and I think somewhat most sensible option that I've gone for. So back five of Yarosh in goal, Gomez at right back, Costas at left back, and then Jarell Kwanzaa and Nalo making up the centre-back pairing. That is the worst of it over, folks, I promise you. As we go into midfield, it'll start to look a little bit more familiar. So into midfield now, and this is what I've gone for here, with Toro Endo and Tyler Morton to anchor the midfield, with Curtis Jones ahead of them. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be sitting at home right now screaming, say, Craig, Trey Naoni, he will be on the bench, he will be an option. I just think we need to get some experience onto the pitch because we're not playing any mugs. We're playing Brighton, who are a very good side, and it's not going to be an easy game. So my midfield has a bit of experience there with Toro Endo and Curtis Jones, and also Tyler Morton, who knows his way around this competition very well indeed. Now into the attacking third of the pitch, and here I've gone for Dominic Szoboszlai to go wide attacking right again. Looking at the options available to us, there aren't really many there. Salah surely has to have a rest. So for me, I've gone for Szoboszlai on the right and Luis Diaz on the left. Mainly because Diaz has had some rest recently. You know, he was a substitute and came on late in the last couple of games. So he has had an opportunity to rest up a little bit. So that's why I don't feel too bad about sticking Lucho on the left-hand side. And then we go through to the centre. Well, who's it going to be here? It's got to be Cody Gakpo for me. Again, just trying to make sure that Darwin gets a rest, Salah gets a rest. Gakpo, again, him and Lucho have had a bit of a mixed one this season, filling in for each other at various times. So that is the safest I can go with there, folks, for the starting 11. So just to go through it again, Yarosh in goal, Gomez at right back, Costas at left back, Nalo and Kwanzaa in the centre-back positions, Endo and Morton anchoring the midfield with Curtis Jones ahead of them, Dominic Szoboszlai on the right, Luis Diaz on the left, and Cody Gakpo through the centre. All of that is very well and good, but we still need to come up with a score prediction, right? And this is what I've gone for on that front. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw and Liverpool to go through on penalties. That is my prediction for this one. I don't think it's going to be a pretty night at the Amex. I don't think it's going to be vintage football. But I guess if we can find any which way to get a result and get ourselves through to the next round, that's kind of all that matters here, right? And of course, we do need to keep an eye on the fact that we've got a big game coming up again against Brighton at the weekend in the league. Then we've got Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League. And they just keep coming thick and fast. So we have to use these opportunities. If it means we're a bit of a risk in these competitions of maybe going out, so be it, I guess. You've got to have a couple of stronger players on the bench if needs be, but the manager has to start looking ahead now and know that if we want to stay in this title race, if we want to go deep in the Champions League, these are unfortunately the type of risks with the injuries we have that I think he has to make. So, interested to know your thoughts on it all, my friends. As always, we will be live from about, it's a 7:30 kickoff, so 6:15 p.m. we'll be live for the watch along. Hope you can join us for it. It's going to be an interesting one to say the least. Love to know your thoughts in the comment section. And again, make sure you join us. If you're not able to come to us for the game, make sure you join us every night at 8:45 for the late night agenda. Over to you now, my friends. Look forward to reading your comments, and I'm sure I'm going to be absolutely slaughtered for that team selection. But, you know, have a go yourself. It isn't all that easy. It's slim pickings with the injuries and stuff that we have. I'll talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.